welcome to Hey Real Quick with Amy and Marty. So yesterday, Randall took our youngest to the pediatrician.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So we've had kids for 23 and a half years, and this would be the first time he's taken one of them by himself to the doctor.
Oh, wow.
And I knew that already, but just as a reminder, right before he left, he was like, "Where is it again?"
That's not a strong start when you're like,
no, it is not.
Where am I going?
I also sent him a sticky note, via the iPhone app, and had like bullet points like, these are the questions. Make sure he has, shot record, stuff like this.
Right. Doctor stuff.
Normal stuff. I obviously wasn't there, but they get to the point where the doctor comes in and he's going down the list and he's like, so does he still use the albuterol? And Randall says, "What's albuterol?"
That means I don't know.
That means my wife handles all this. So, yeah, because
did he say, "Let me check and text you immediately"? That's what I did.
I was texted multiple times during the visit.
Oh yeah.
So, anyway, but he figured out, because our kid has exercise-induced asthma, so like before he does sports, he has to do like an inhaler.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask what.
So he was reminded, that's for his asthma. Randall's like, yeah. And then asked our kid, "Do you use that?"
Yeah.
But they got all checked out.
Yeah.
Got one shot, came home.
One shot's not bad.
One shot.
Did he have to update paperwork? I'm guessing no.
He might have. I didn't get into the details of it, but I did. I'm sure he was asked, "Is your insurance and address the same?"
I'll always say yes. I mean, yep. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you know what? If the insurance is not the same, they're going to find out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about y'all let me know if something doesn't go through?
Exactly.
And then I'll text my wife.
And then you'll bill us. But yeah, did it by himself. It's the first time I've not had to do that.
Well, at least he knows now.
Yeah. He knows now. Albuterol.
Every time I go up to check in for the pediatrician, I would always, every time I'd see the lady, behind the counter, and she's like, I'm like, "Don't give me a clipboard. Don't grab the clipboard."
No.
And then every time, half the time, they'll grab it and be like, we've changed over our computer system. So if you don't mind just filling out this paperwork. And I'm like, first of all, how different is your computer?
Yeah.
And like, can I just say it's all the same?
And you just use the paper that it's already on in my kid's file, which is about 4 inches thick.
Right. Yeah,
now.
they got paper.
Yeah, and like, just because your computer system changed, I didn't move or get a new job. So why can't you hire some tempers for a month and just have them like go through all the files and pop that stuff in there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to tell them after I fill out the paperwork, again, I want to say, "Can you make a photocopy of this?"
Yeah. And
I want to take it home with me. So when I come back in 6 months or a year and you say, and you go to grab a clipboard, I can just be like, "Hold on, I got it in the car."
Hold on. Or you take a picture of it on your phone. So when you go back, you're like, here it is.
The worst, I think, too, is they give you the clipboard. It's about 3 pages.
It's always more than one.
Oh, it's always more than one.
Yeah.
But I'll put my kid's name, maybe their middle name.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, Braxton Booth? And I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing the rest of this essay.
While you're asking my kid questions that I need to be answering. Yeah. This is already just...
You called him without paperwork.
Apparently, you don't need it that bad. Yeah. And first, we're going to stop in that hall.
Sorry. Oh, wait. Before we get to that hall, let's just do the process.
Oh, let's break down the waiting room.
Let's just go to the waiting room.
sick and well.
I don't think they have sections.
There's not even a partition. There's no wall.
It should be like Quincy's back in the day when they pulled that curtain for smoking and non.
It's going to seep in.
You go get a steak after church.
Yeah.
And they're like,
right.
Smoking or non?
It's all smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steak smoking.
Yeah.
Everybody in there smoking. Just leave it open. But whatever. But at the doctor's office, it's just a fish tank that every kid touches.
Right. And some of them lick it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And then, what's the magazine?
Highlights.
It's like they robbed an old library.
Yeah. I don't know where they keep coming from.
Yeah. This is the lowlights because he's got the flu or
right
bronchitis. We don't know.
Yeah. Right. We're supposed to be at Disney, but can we have a travel and leisure so we can like live vicariously through other people? Because now we're not even going on vacation because people are sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're here.
I love when you take your kids. You're like, we got to go to the doctor. They're pretty sick. And then you get there.
I know.
And I always feel bad for the kid, but there's always like a 1.5-year-old. And that cough they have is, you are like, as soon as you hear it, you look at your kid, you're like, I don't think we should be here right now.
No.
I don't think we qualify for what that is.
No. You're almost like, is he a smoker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds rough. Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, oh, it's the summer, but we had to do it. But there's always that like, well, are we going to come home with the flu? You know, in 2 days, are we going to have a low-grade temp and be kind of achy?
Oh, yeah. Don't take the other kid if you can get away with it.
No.
Like when they're little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and those people that work in there, their immune system has got to be like,
oh yeah,
The Rock or something. You know, like they're like, we don't get sick. We're exposed to everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I love when they call you. Well, you've been in the waiting room. You've looked at the 7 fish or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then they call you back there, and they're always like, "How y'all doing today?" I'm like, "Great.
We're here, aren't we?
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
How else would I want to spend my Tuesday?"
Yeah. Even if we're not sick. This is not on the things that we'd have said, what do you want to do today?
Yeah.
No.
And then they get you back there, and the first thing every time.
Oh, say it.
You mind taking off? Can you take off your shoes and get on the scale?
What does your kid do?
Sit on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Put their hands on the floor because there's no germs there.
No. There's a chair, but don't use it.
Yeah. And then they weigh them for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say it. I think we all know about how much shoes weigh. Not a lot.
Can we just leave them on?
Maybe
what is this, the airport?
Half a pound for a kid? Maybe a pound for a big kid?
Exactly.
Let's just call it a pound, knock that off.
Yeah. Is a shoe throwing that off?
Yeah.
I get if they're babies. And what's up with the kilograms?
Oh, yeah. They don't do that. Do they do that stuff?
I don't know. That they weigh. I think they do both.
And they do the height, too.
And then they show you this growth thing, and I'm like,
oh, the
growth chart.
Percentile?
They did the percentile. Our kid is almost 17. They did the percentile.
They did it?
Yeah, and you know how they give you that little sheet of paper at the end?
Oh, that goes in the scrapbook? I'm sorry, I meant garbage can.
The shredder. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, he weighs himself. He knows what he weighs.
Yeah, and
he's 6 feet tall. We know.
I have a tape measure and a scale at home.
Are we still worrying about that? Okay, I get when they're babies, right?
I don't even understand that.
I do because, like, certain
they're are they eating enough?
Gaining weight, health reasons. But I'm talking when we're hitting pre-K. Let's just unless somebody's not eating or has
it's out of their hands.
Yeah, like we're just growing. Hopefully,
we had. I don't know how old our oldest was, Braxton, and the doctor looked at me and she was like, "Now he's in the talking about height."
Right, yeah,
and he's in the 15th percentile. I was like, "So am I." Like,
Yeah, I should have driven here in a booster seat, but
right, yeah. The weight limit on those is like, can you put them in the driver's seat? Yeah, don't even get me going on that.
No.
But yeah, if I go to Home Depot and just grab 9 random dudes, I'm probably the shortest.
Yeah.
Or close.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Yeah, but it's just, they're like, he's in the 15th percentile. I'm like, well, I'm short. My wife's not giant, so.
Yeah. Checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
What do you expect me? I've always understood, like, weight, I guess, feed them less, feed them more.
Yeah.
But like the head circumference or
man. Yeah.
or the height, you're like, okay.
Yeah. How much stuff are we measuring and weighing?
Yeah, which they don't do that. You imagine that now, like 46 years old.
Oh, yeah.
You go to the doctor, get on the scale.
Yeah.
They make you weigh and stuff, but they don't bust up in there and be like,
you're in the 98th percentile.
Yeah, wait. Like,
yeah,
you can't get away with that with their adults.
They're going to, check your cholesterol. But
when you can height shame a kid all day.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's not a great thing. But yeah, so you stop at that little thing and weigh, height, and then they put you in a different room.
For 27 minutes, maybe, if you're lucky.
And you know what's going to happen there is the nurse is going to come in first. And so what brings you guys in today? Even if you just were like, it's a well visit, we have to do it.
Right.
What brings you guys in today? And you tell her everything. Okay, sounds good. I've got it all in here. Well, Dr. So-and-so be in a moment. Hey, what brings you guys in today? Y'all didn't pass each other in the hallway or confer and be like, hey, by the way, room 4 is sore throat, clogged ears, and looks like his toe is going to fall off. I mean, can we relay the information?
How about we?
And you've already called the person who answers the phone, told her, and then they put you through to the phone nurse.
Oh yeah, you've already.
And then you went
3
back
times.
to her and you make the appointment. I mean, it's a good 6 retellings before you get in there with everybody and the doctor. But.
Let's treat that clipboard like a baton. Pass that off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Same
one.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Still sick. It's your turn. Yeah, I don't get that. And I love the whole home inspection. Like when they... How many, and everybody...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't lie. But when they go... Now, how many servings of fruits and vegetables would you say they get? At least 3, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's probably 9, 10.
We can't keep the carrots in the house.
He just snorting kale. And then it's like, do you have smoke detectors in every room or whatever? You have locks on every
yeah,
I think so.
Right. Are you wearing your bike helmet?
Yeah. I mean, he's still got a sore throat, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to get a little worried, like, are they going to check?
Yeah. Do people know that we don't have smoke
Are you coming to my house?
Yeah. I don't know if we have a carbon monoxide detector. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, it does. It turns into a bit of a home inspection.
And at the kicker at the end, which is even funnier now, because used to they had a clipboard. Now they do it on an iPad. So while they have an iPad, they say, how much screen time would you say they get? Less than you right now. Because
you're on this all day.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And they're not looking at you, which I
That's
know it's fine.
They're
typing. It's a little bit, yeah.
I always said about an hour.
Yeah, right.
In the morning before breakfast. I didn't finish the sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, they set up on that table, which they just wiped down with like Lysol, so it's a little bit sticky, kind of tacky, kind of stick to it a little bit.
And there's a mirror. There's always like a mirror
right
like
there.
running parallel with it.
Yeah.
I guess.
That table is high. They're like, they always got a sign up that says, please be attentive and don't let your child fall off the table. But why is the table so high? I guess because it's
I think it's a pediatrician's office. We got NBA players coming in here like popping a squat. Like,
yeah, it's very, like you got to climb up there. Oh, so quick story about the pediatrician. And we take our kids to the same office, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. So our kid's original pediatrician has retired. But one time...
That's when you know your kids are older.
Yes. And I saw him in the Publix parking lot last week, but he didn't see me. Anyway, I took our middle to the pediatrician one time. He must have been like 7 or 8. and I hadn't eaten.
You fell off the table.
No.
I'm just kidding.
But there's 2 chairs and and he's, I don't know, Jonah had an ear infection or something. And I said, hey, real quick, I don't feel so good. And he was like, oh my goodness, are you about to pass out? And I totally passed out.
At the pediatrician's office?
At the pediatrician's
Did you get a Toy Story Band-Aid?
I did not get to pick something from the treasure box. But then they moved Jonah off the table, and I kind of, came out of the stars and the black dots for a minute. And they made me lie down, and he was like, we're getting you a Sprite and some crackers.
Oh,
and
my God.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Anywho.
Yeah. Did you say, like, oh, while you're at it, can you tell me what percentile I'm in? And height. Wait, yeah. I wonder if Jonah was like, it's all about Mom. I'll just sit over here in the chair.
Not what we came for.
My throat still hurts. I don't know about my mother.
Oh my gosh. And I don't know, because I didn't go yesterday, I don't know if they still have magazines and books in those rooms. But I'm always like, these are the freshly bacteriaed.
Oh, those are
verb.
Disgusting. Yeah, there's nothing to do in that room. Actually, now, they may have gotten rid of them because of too much screen time, but they used to have like a granddaddy iPad on the wall.
On the wall that
like
said,
a big.
Yeah.
I don't know, and it was just throwing up facts and stuff you're doing wrong and what you should change.
Right.
Like telling you how unhealthy you are.
Buy more bike helmets, all the things. Right. Yeah.
Carbon monoxide detector.
Yeah. That gave you something to stare at.
Yeah, so it was another screen, but they would always have that little pile of books. Maybe it's under the table kids fall off of.
It was under the table.
But like,
yeah. Nobody wants to touch that.
And my kids would be like, can I look at that book? I'm like, no.
You are not.
You're not going to get educated right now. Stop it.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then when they're all done.
When you have to get the shots.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had to get them for 6th grade. Carter had to get them. Last year he had to get like 3 or 4 or something. Oh. And they're always like, and she'll be right in. And the kid's just like, how many do I have to get? I'm like, I think it's 2 or 3. And they come in like, okay, it's going to be 5 actually. It's always more.
Oh, right.
But they're older, so you don't have to like hold them down.
Oh.
But they always save the one that. And I'm not.
The biggie.
And I am not good with needles. Blood work's a different animal. Yeah. I'll give you blood because I'm going to pass out and hit my head on something and I'm going to be bleeding all over the place. But like shots, I'm okay. But still, I'm just like, it's okay, bud. It's. I just look away.
You mean, oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't look.
Oh, I'm not watching it.
I'm just like, just don't look at it because Daddy ain't looking at it.
One of us definitely needs to not look at it. So also with my middle, well, nobody liked him, right? But I would have to sit him in my lap. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and hold him?
Even when he was like 6 and 7. And then wrap my legs around his legs. And they would say, okay, hold him. It was like WWF.
Yeah.
And like hold him across the forehead and hold his chest. And then sometimes 2 other people would have to come because he would just be, it was just reflex. He would just kick people.
He's 99 percentile in kid reflex. I can tell you that.
Yeah. It was crazy. So, but he does not do that anymore. He's 21. But, yeah.
This is kind of mean, but it always kind of cracked me up a little bit. Mm-hmm. When your kid was really small, like they'd lay him down, they'd always give it to him in the thigh, like kind of up front, like upper thigh. It was a tad funny because you'd watch your kid's face and the shot goes in. Yeah. You know the shot goes in.
And it takes
But the kid, you're like, hadn't hit him. And then you're like, there it is.
Yeah, right. And they like kind of have a look like,
like what is that foreign
ow? Yeah. And then they start looking at the nurse like, you're trying to kill me. I got to get out of here. Yeah. And then the whole like
oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, it's sad. Little Band-Aids. Oh. Little round Band-Aids on their upper thighs by their diaper. That was sad. Sad stuff. So yeah, it went okay.
But Randy missed all that.
Yeah, I mean, he went with me probably a couple times when they were babies, but like
But
never
solo.
the solo parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, how many milligrams of so-and-so? Yeah.
Well, when you leave the room, I guess that's it. Yeah, you get your shots, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
At our doctor's office, probably like this everywhere. I've been there so many times. Every time they're like, checkouts right down the hall. I'm like, okay. And it's like when I meet somebody and I shake their hand.
Yeah.
They're like, my name's John. I'm like, nice to meet you, John. And 3 seconds later, I'm like, what? They tell me, checkouts right down the hall to your right. I'm like, okay. I walk out of the room and I'm like, wait, what? I never remember where to go.
No. It's like a maze in there.
And then you go, and at ours, they have that. You're like, I just look for the other random fish tank that's not as well kept up.
Yeah, it's in the end of the hall. Like, is it just fake plants in it?
Is this like a freshwater fish somebody caught?
Is that a bass? Yeah. Is that a crawfish out of a creek in the backyard?
Why y'all got crappie down here? And there's 2 desks.
Yeah, 2 window openings.
Only one person at a checkout. They're never both occupied.
Well, sometimes there's nobody. It's like the rapture up in there. I don't know what happened to them.
Are we doing self-checkout? Yeah, but they don't give you, like used to, they give you the paper prescription.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they just call it in. You're like, are you sure you did it?
Yeah, but they just give it to you and you'd be like, it looks like what he said. I'm so glad they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They just send it right over.
Yeah. I'm always like, they're not going to get it. I don't have a lot of faith. But anyway. But yeah, you put, and then what do you do at those windows?
Oh.
Do you know the answer to this question?
Would you like to go ahead and schedule his 6-month follow-up? Sure. Yeah.
It means nothing.
How does March 10th at 1:15 sound? I'm always like, sounds like there's going to be traffic. Let's
Sounds
push it.
like I'm going to have to call and reschedule. Let's take that one.
I heard it's going to rain real hard. Let's try the next day. I don't know.
Sometimes when there's nobody, because you leave the receipt with them or something, and there's like one of those.
I'm like, do I have to pay here?
It's confusing.
I don't know what goes on. Do I give you paper?
Yeah, you
give
give them the paper where they wrote the code of what they did.
Yeah.
Like leave the white copy here. Whatever
they give you a pink
is.
copy. I'm like, do I have to file this? Is this for insurance?
Carbon
is this
copies?
taxes?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Is it a 1040?
Can I go to my car? Yeah.
Yeah, and then you finally get out, and the kids always, and then, well, what do you guys do after?
Oh, well.
If there's a shop, what do you do?
Well, they always do the same thing. They're like, which pharmacy to use? And I'm like, CVS. And like, which location? The one out, you can see it through the window, basically. Like,
oh, there is a CVS. I was
look out the window.
It's Walgreens, but there's a CVS across from that Walgreens.
Yeah, you could probably see both.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
pick one of those.
You know what? Yeah, we use the one in Alabama. But yeah, then we have to go to CVS or Walgreens and buy like a $8 bag of gummy worms or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But as the kids get older,
oh yeah, that changes a little bit.
Yeah, used to be like, oh, you get a little thing of candy. Have fun. And then it's like, all right, I guess we're going to Target.
Oh yeah. Or like later they'll be like, can I get a Frappuccino? Yeah. Back in the exit of the doctor's office at that last window where you leave the white copy or whatever happens.
Right.
There used to be a sticker basket.
Oh, oh my gosh.
That was pre-COVID.
Sometimes they brought it to the room too.
Oh my
The little white
goodness.
basket.
You would think we were picking a major at Vanderbilt or something. The kids would be like, I want Dora and Diego. You know, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Or they're all like, or they'd have a lot of them would be like for girls. And then we're digging through trying to find like Woody or Buzz.
Yeah, you just start getting at least another virus at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
I was to the point then I would be like, can I give y'all $10 and just hand me the whole basket? Can we just take the whole thing to the car? Like,
right. Can I just buy you a book of stickers and when we come in, you take them out of our file so they're not covered in like E. coli or something?
Why don't you file it with my paperwork that I just filled out again? Has anything changed? Are my stickers still here?
Yeah, right. Then we're good. I will say this, though. I do like that office. And I love the phone nurses.
Yeah.
They are amazing.
Everybody there is great. It's just a stressful. It's never easy.
Nobody. And then you see these parents come in
with like 7 kids, 3 of them coughing. Sorry.
Yeah, or like the brand new baby with like the toddler and the preschooler, and the mom's trying to sign the thing and get her phone out, and you're just
she's got 3 strollers, and she's like,
you're just like, man, that is hard. Woo.
Yeah. Take that diaper off your head, put it back on your sister. Yeah, she is struggling. Yeah.
So, anyway. Yeah, that's what happened.
I don't miss.
Yesterday.
Yeah. I always want to tell those people, like, y'all go ahead.
Yeah, right. You have way more going on than I do. Now, I will say this. A few years ago, maybe when I'm like middle kidding it a lot today. When he graduated from high school, I was like, hey, how long do y'all see kids here? Like when they're 18, do they have to move on to like a internal medicine person, like regular, not pediatrician?
I think they see them until they have a kid.
Well, they said end of college. And then when my daughter had to go, she was still in college. They're like, oh, we don't take them at that age anymore. So we're getting to the point where it's like everybody's going to pretty much have to have their own doctor.
Yeah. I mean, I get what they ought to do is you ought to have pediatricians.
Yeah.
From like, sorry.
Yeah.
0 to 12 or whatever. I don't know, or 16, something like that. Or 8, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But then you should have a middle doctor. And then have a doctor kind of like the opposite of a pediatrician. Like you get like 65 or retirement age, like stuff's different.
Yeah, specialized.
Maybe specialized for them.
That'd be great to have like a middle school to like a 25 because their brains aren't fully set till they're like 25, 26.
Yeah.
You know, the jello is still.
I guess. I feel like when you can drive to your appointment, you shouldn't go to a place that hands out Woody and Buzz stickers. That's just me.
Probably. Yeah. It'd be great to have doctors from like 15 to 24. You know, because there's so much going on during those years. Right. And they're like, I don't know, they got a mental health person. They got like, you know, somebody who's like, hey, are you staying healthy? Diet, all this stuff. I don't know.
How much screen time you get.
Yeah.
You don't ask older people that.
Oh, no.
Don't ask me that.
Yeah. Speaking of, I got to make myself an appointment, but it's not.
Yeah, Robin told me about that because I think I went when I was 40.
Oh, my God. What are you now?
46. So it's been 6 years.
Yeah, I haven't had a regular doctor appointment in that's probably about the same.
I just don't go.
Yeah, you should go.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
They're going to find something. I don't know. I don't like that.
I know,
I'll just go when,
If you wait till you have symptoms,
I guess.
Then it's not a fun visit at all.
Well, it's also kind of like when a car's running real good. Mm-hmm. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go get all the fluids topped off, and I'm just going to, you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, well, every 75,000 miles. Sorry. I'm not saying I'm anti-doctor. I'm just saying they will figure out something.
On the car metaphor, let me just say this. We drove to Florida last week. Last minute trip. Just saying. I got all the fluids topped off at Valvoline. What's up, responsible car owner?
They still have Valvoline?
Yes.
Sorry. All right.
Yes, because I like to drive through, but whatever.
This relates to the pediatrician, by the way.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Well, it relates to getting yourself checked out.
Oh, yeah.
So they checked under the hood, right? Good to go. Wasn't due for my oil change. All they had to top off was the windshield wiper fluid. Great, yada, yada.
Smooth trip.
To Florida, right? And then get back on the road to come back. Just 12 hours of driving. And then it starts sounding funny in Atlanta when we change lanes. I'm like, that's weird.
It is Atlanta.
We get to the hotel, south of Atlanta. We get to the hotel because we split it up on the way back. Sorry, getting in the weeds. Anyway, we pull in and I roll the window down. I was like, Randall, do you hear that? And he was like, yep. So you know these like protective plates
underneath
that they put underneath the car, which are made of like
plastic
from Dollar Tree. So they, there's always a bolt. The bolt had come out.
Oh, yeah.
And it was dragging. I think most of the plastic, there's nowhere to put another bolt because it's gone. So we were like, great, what do we do? It's going to be a Sunday. Can't take it by somewhere. So like we do,
Right.
Randall was like, oh, I'm going to Walmart and buying some loppers.
And just cut it off.
For people that don't know what loppers are, they're the hedge trimmer, the manual ones, but with the short blade that you can cut like a
for
really
like a good
thick
limb. Yeah.
limb. And he lopped that thing off.
Yeah.
And then it came on back. But what I'm saying is you could have a plate hanging off somewhere and you don't know.
So you're saying if I go to the doctor, I don't get anything lopped off. Yeah, like...
Or it could be in your blood and you don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, they're going to draw blood.
Oh, yeah. Well, you might as well get your blood sugar and cholesterol and stuff checked, triglycerides. Do it once a decade. That's
once a decade.
Well, you're 46.
Well, then when I'm 50, I get it checked. Bam.
Then you'll also get a colonoscopy. That's when that starts.
I had to have one of those.
I've actually had to have one.
Yeah, not fun. Anyway, I'll go. I think I've booked. No, but this is going to keep going. Mm-hmm. But I called and I tried to make an appointment. Maybe this was COVID. And they were like, I guess I called in like March.
Yeah.
No, it was like November or something like that. It was around holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we can make you an appointment. I was like, okay, great. And they're like, how's July? It was like 6 months out. And I was like, can you do like sooner? Like, because like once I've worked up the courage to go to the doctor, I got about 48 hours to be all about this blood test. Yeah. Or blood work. But yeah. And then Robin's like, didn't you make an appointment? She asked me the other day. This was like a year ago. And I was like, I think I did. I don't know. I totally forgot.
Wow.
So I either made it and didn't go.
You would know because now they charge you.
Oh, okay. Well.
Or maybe you don't know.
I'm fine with all the tests except blood work. My thing with blood work is just, why do you need so much? And do you have to change out the little things?
The changing of the
thing. The last time I went, the girl came back there, and I tell them straight up. Yeah. This is adult doctors now. Mm-hmm. I said, just to let you know, I don't love needles. Yeah. And I might pass out. And it was this nurse. She was awesome. She was like, don't you worry about it. Yeah. And she goes, you just relax. You just sit back. You just think of your wife on a beach somewhere in a bikini. And you just,
that's amazing.
You just sitting there on the sand.
Oh.
And like she was so good.
Keeping you
and I was kind of calm. Yeah. And then, but then your brain's like, no, I don't like this.
Yeah. Or you feel it when she changes out the tube.
Maybe it was like the 12th change. I don't know. Yeah. And I was like, can I get like a wet bath cloth? And then the next thing you know, I'm in like the little side room. I have a wet bath cloth. One nurse is like, you need some peppermints. And I have peppermints. It's like I did everything but fall off the table.
Well, now they kind of put you, it's like an adult high chair. They have that little thing across your chest.
Yeah. There's like a lady fanning me. And then there's like people you don't even know you met because you kind of black out. And she walks by and like, is he okay? Is Marty okay? Like, how does she know my name? But yeah. And then you go to leave. See, that's why I don't like going to the doctor. It takes a whole team.
You should just take an ambulance there and back. Oh, my God.
Just get all of it and save the rest for next time I come.
I mean, never mind. I'm going to eat bacon until I come back. But oh, my gosh.
Well, and the kicker was I got the results. And they were like, well, your cholesterol's high. And I'm like, well, also, because I get lightheaded before, I was like, well, I should probably eat something so I don't pass out.
Right. What was
First of all, if you're going to do blood work and you need me to fast, why don't you tell me to fast so that we don't have to redo this? So I was like, you know what? I'll get something. I'll get some sugar in me a little bit. Yeah. So what do? I just go get a sausage biscuit from Hardee's. Yeah. Kill that thing. Yeah. But the big Coke.
Wash it down with
Chug that Coke down. Yeah. So then they do my blood work like an hour later.
The tube explodes or something.
And they're like, your cholesterol's high. I wanted to be like, I can bring in the Hardee's bag.
Yeah, it's full of sausage. That's why.
Anyway, so I'll get checked, I guess.
All right, we're gonna call our doctors.
Yeah.
Ask if we need to fast and make some.
Yeah, if you call your doctor.
Yeah, go ahead and ask them.
Yeah, ask them, and that's why you do that blood work. That's when you know you're in their 40s. And they're like, we need to schedule some blood work. I'm like, we're gonna do that before 8 o'clock.
Right, yeah.
Because I got to eat something. And the kicker is when they go, you can't even, can I have coffee? And they're like, you can't have coffee. And you're like,
can we do that at 4 a.m.?
Should I just spend the night here? Why don't y'all take it while I'm asleep? I'd pay for that.
Get a sleep study while you're at it.
Right.
You have apnea? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep apnea? Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep study.
Yeah.
Straight jacket. Take my blood.
Yeah.
So I can't, knock me out with something.
Colonoscopy?
Yeah, y'all do whatever you got to do. Yeah. I'll be back in 25 years.
That would be amazing. Like a one and done.
Like a combo. I'll have the number
package.
7.
That's like a cruise vacation.
They could sell gift cards for that. Like if you could get it all done.
In 24 hours and be out for most of it.
I want laughing gas first.
Yeah.
And then take the edge off and then put me to sleep.
Yeah.
And y'all just do your test.
Yeah, colonoscopy, I don't know, run it through an MRI, whatever you got to do.
And when I get done, I want a Toy Story sticker. And I'm out.
Oh, well.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I guess get your kids checked out.
Yeah.
And yourself.
And yourself. Make those checkup appointments.
Yeah. All right. That's all I got.
That's all we got, guys.
Go to the doctor now.